Welcome to the glassworking shop. Well, I kind of took a break from the other things I was working on and went off in a kind of a crazy direction and just built a thing. And I'm not sure the thing is going to be a good thing or maybe just a stupid thing, but I built a thing. And the thing I built is a rod resizing device, otherwise called a stringer puller. And the idea is, well, what if I could very accurately take a glass color rod, measure it very accurately, and determine, oh yeah, that's 7.1 millimeters, and then configure the pulling device for the output size I want. Let's say I wanted precisely 4 millimeters. Program it all in, set it all up, turn the torch on, push the button, and it would pull accurately to dimension. Now, is this a useful thing? Do I ever plan to sell it? No, I don't plan to sell it. Will it be useful? I don't know, maybe. So this is the first test of the automatic rod resizer stringer puller thingy. And why do I do stuff like this? Because that's what I do. I'm an inventor, I'm an engineer, and I make stuff. So I'm going to give a quick tour around the thing and show the preliminary results. And of course, this thing is going to require a lot of fine-tuning and maybe even some redesign and maybe some reprogramming before it actually works, if it ever does work perfectly. But today is the very first test ever and kind of seems to be working. Not completely dialed in yet, but it kind of seems to be working. So here's the quick tour. So starting out at the bottom, I've got my newly made custom circuit board that is intended to go in my lathe, in the stringer puller, in a variety of other projects that I may come up with in the future. So anyway, I thought it would be cool to make a new circuit board. Circuit board connects to a power box with stepper motor drivers. There's stepper motor at the bottom, lead screw, bottom chuck. I actually figured out how to make torch tips, and so this is a custom torch thing with a Smith little torch just acting as valves. Eventually, someday, I'm going to figure out how to make valves so I can do the whole thing myself. Then, way up at the top, up, there's another stepper motor, and this is attached to a drill chuck. So, you got your top, you got your bottom. Let me see if I can get the camera set up so that I can kind of show how this thing is prepared for use. Okay, I'm going to attempt to demonstrate how this thing works. It's kind of hard with just one guy and no camera operator to actually make everything visible. So the first step is to take the color rod, stick it into the chuck, bottom chuck, tighten it down, and then using the lower manual knob, move it down into the starting position. Then, using the manual knob, I lower the top chuck into position, and then put in a kind of a puller rod, and I think I'm going to probably have to, in the future, come up with an adjustment mechanism because glass isn't straight. And anyway, for today's demo, I think it'll work like it is. Then I light up my little oddball custom torch thing. And then the part of the problem that I'm working on here, part of the problem that I'm trying to solve is working out all of the details of speed and balance, because glasswork really is all about speed and balance. So once again, this is very early prototype. So now I've got it more or less stuck together, and I'm going to let it heat up a little bit, and then I'm going to slowly start the process. And the real trick in this is to figure out, what is the appropriate speed, what is the appropriate balance, how fast can it run, all of these kind of questions. But once it gets established, every glass rod is different, every torch setting is different, everything depends on everything. But once it gets established, it seems to produce a fairly consistent result. Of course, at the moment, it's running like really, really, really slow. And the two questions that I'm going to be working on, how fast can it run and how accurate can it run? And it may turn out that in order to get exceptionally high accuracy, it has to run slow. Unknown. This is welcome to the world of prototype development. But for a first prototype, it's not failing catastrophically. It appears to be working. And like I said, is this thing actually worth the effort of making? Well, I like making things, so yeah, it's worth it for me. And there it goes. One of the things that might be good about this idea is that, if it actually can be made to work precisely and be able to deliver results that are within 1/10 of a millimeter, well, that's more accurate than I can do it by hand. The operating principle, I probably should have talked about this a little bit before. The operating principle is that if you know the diameter and the square area of the input rod, as well as the diameter and square area of the result, then you can simply calculate the ratio of speed from the feed to the pull. And then because adjustment is needed and I couldn't just guess a number and poke it in, the actual speed of the pull is configured with this manual knob to account for things like different glass behavior, the way the torch is set, the way the pressures are set. So I control the speed with the manual knob, but the ratio of input to output speed is set mathematically, and assuming that my assumptions are correct and this is actually a good idea to do, the ratio should result in a repeatable, precise result. So, first prototype, it could have been a lot worse. Who knows? It could have exploded, but anyway, first prototype kind of sort of appears to be working, and that's what I've been doing today. So let me get the camera and just zoom in. There's the user interface with the input, the output, the speed. Of course, I don't have a didymium filter on the camera, so you really can't see anything, but it's producing a result that kind of kind of seems like that's almost fairly uniform. So anyway, that's today's video. Thank you for watching. It's been fun.